Welcome, yogis. I am going to do a small demo of a Kundalini Kriyā that is has the intent, the focus to do like a general clearing of your energy channels. It is stimulating, energizing, and let's start. So, when you start, before the Kundalini arts practice is you do there's a very traditional mantra, and I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to say it 3 times. So Namo Gurudev Namo. Namo Gurudev Namo. Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Okay, so we are going to start our practice by stimulating the energy that is stored in the base of your spine. So your Shiva, this coil of snake. So we are going to do some movement that is based namely in like at the bend when you're bending over. Okay, so it's not leading with the chest. It's more the movement is starting down here. Okay, so down by your Muladhara, so down at your root chakra. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and you're going to gently lay them on your knees. You're going to bring your spine up straight. You're going to roll your shoulders back, and I'm just going to get into a position to find some balance, find some center. And you're going to slow, and this does not, I'm going to start from the left and go to the right. And you're just going to be making these very subtle circular movements. And as you can see, is I am almost like tipping my pelvis forward and back. And forward, and it's a gentle motion. I try to keep my head level, and as I am doing this motion forward, I'm breathing in the exhale on when I'm going towards the back. And you just go with it. And you don't need to worry so much about your form, how it looks. It's more about how you feel in your body. So it's more of a feeling. And you can take your attention when you're doing this up to your third eye. So you look upwards and draw your eyes inwards and up. So that's something else that you can add to the movement. And finally, if you're having problems still in your mind and you still have some thoughts going through, you can bring that focus inwards by using the mantra Sat here at the front, Nam in the back. You can say that aloud, or you can say that in your head. So all of these three things are helping you bring your awareness inwards, and it's also stimulating your root chakra. It's kind of waking it up. So Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. You know, and you can, feels good. I mean, it's not about how you look. It's more about feeling inside your body. Just noticing. Another thing about Kundalini, Kriyas, and some of the actions, the physical part of it, is it's longer sets. So in traditional, what I would consider just the physical practice of yoga, if you've done Hatha yoga, vinyasa, you really don't, sometimes you hold the asana longer, like but mostly, you know, maybe you're holding it for, 30 seconds at the most. Kundalini, it's almost like you get into a trance type of state. Sat, Nam, and then you slow down, you start going the other way. You might notice that it takes you a minute because we are doing it longer. It might take a little bit longer for you to acclimate. But just be easy on yourself and go whatever pace feels good for you. And bring that awareness up to your third eye. You know where the mind goes, where the attention goes. It's where the energy is going. So when I am bringing my attention, my awareness up to my third eye, I am directing that prana up to that area. Sat, Nam. Inhale, forward, exhale, backwards. And just remember to focus on more the base of your spine, at the bend, at your hips is where the motion is. And you're almost like sticking your belly out and contracting it towards your spine. And you always want to be easy on yourself. Like sometimes I'll even notice that I'm straining too much and I'm, over exaggerating the curve on my rotations, where it can be very subtle. If you want to amplify the prana, you can do it with your breath. So and start to slow the motion down and come to stillness. You have some different bandhas in your body which your energy locks, and it just helps further redirect that energy. And one at the base of your spine in your root chakra is you can activate that by pulling upwards on, kind of like when you're holding your bladder, if you need to go to the bathroom. So you pull up on that, and then you bring like your belly button in towards your spine. So it's kind of two motions. So I'm going to pull up on the sex organs and bring my tummy towards the spine, and I'm just redirecting. I'm going to take a deep breath in. My mouth, release. Release the bandha. Maybe start to notice the energy, where it might have shifted in your body. Okay, so next we're going to do is, it's very like the traditional cat-cow, but it's a little bit different in Kundalini. So we're going to take that the same stance that we would in yoga. Okay, and you make sure that your hands are beneath your shoulders and your knees are beneath your hips. Kind of relax just your spine a little bit. And so if you're familiar with a cat-cow, you're going to arch your spine. You're not going to bring your head all the way up, and then you're going to curl under, and that is your exhale. So it's more of a rocking. So breathe in, inhale, exhale on your cat. It's very steady rocking. You notice it's a little bit more sped up, and it kind of assists in getting more into that transient state in your inner awareness. Breathing in on the cat, exhaling on the cow. Bring your attention up to your third eye, like we did with the first motion. You can say in your head or loud, Sat, no, Sat, no, Sat, no. And also, it's not a super forceful action. It's kind of like tilting your pelvic floor in and out. And I like to imagine almost like a wave. So it's not like a lot of jerky starts and stops. It's like one action flows into the other one quite naturally. might notice that we are in these motions, we are working a lot with our spine, our Sushumna, which is the energy channel, and we're directing it to where we want it to go. You might notice I'm not jerking, I'm trying not to jerk my head or my neck too much. It's very gentle flow. You can pause, take a breath in, exhale, and come back into now. Instead of easy pose that we were in before, you had your legs crossed, you're going to bring your heels underneath your bottom, and you're going to sit on your knees. You're going to make sure that your knees aren't going outwards, but your legs are pretty straight. Okay, so next we are going to work more on the your solar and your anahata, so your energy channels up here. So you're going to take a deep breath in. Release. Okay, so I'm going to bring now your chest out. So before we were bending more here, but now we're going to bring our chest up, and then we're going to rock back. So forward, back. So inhale forward, exhale back. And draw your attention up to your third eye. And it's a very gentle motion. And try to think of like water, like waves, like it's a flow. Because you're coaxing that energy upwards. And when you jerk, when I first started with this practice, I always felt like I had to over exaggerate the motion to amplify. And it's more you can, or it's more of a concentration on your breath, and you can amplify, you can move the prana that way. So you might start to feel like right now I'm getting some little pins and needles around this area. And you may not feel it, you may, but if you do, it's just your energy being directed upwards. And try to bring your attention to your third eye, space between your eyebrows. This is more of a practice that will be a little bit longer, but I'm kind of just wanting to show you. So instead of 3 minutes, I'm going to stop here pretty quickly. So slow your motion down. And take your hands. Imagine that energy going upwards, the prana. And slowly release. Clear your auric. Chakra. And take a minute to just feel inside your body what you might be noticing. Very good. Okay, the next motion, you're going to take your 4 fingers and you're going to set them on the front of your shoulders, and then you're going to put your thumbs on the back. Okay, so the motion is more moving. You can take your head and follow, and it's going to be breathing along with this movement. So you're going to inhale on your right, exhale on your left. You can do the sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam. You could do it in your head, and you can also bring your attention up to your third eye. I like to keep my eyes shut. Just kind of brings me more naturally inwards. In, breathe in with your right, out with your left. And it's breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, so you keep your mouth sealed. And bring your awareness up to your third eye, that space between your brows. Now I'm going to shorten this again. Find stillness in the center. Now we're going to take the motion the opposite direction. So we're going to go to the left first. You're going to breathe in to the left, exhale to the right. Keep your mouth sealed, and you push the breath through your nose. Bring your attention to your third eye. And you follow your own body pace, whatever feels good for you. It is a faster movement, but if you feel like you need to slow it down, just meet yourself where you are. What's most important is the breath. Yeah, slow it down. Find your center. Your breath upwards. Release. You find some stillness. All right, very good. Okay, and so finally, one of the most traditional, widely used pranayama breaths is called breath of fire. And the way that you do breath of fire, and we'll start with just the breath first. Okay. So what I like to do is I stick my tongue out, and then you pant like a dog. Now, when you do that, you're going to feel the breath, and you're going to feel where it is. Okay. So let's start panting like a dog. So put your tongue out. Pardon me. And you bring your hand to your tummy so you can kind of feel where your breath is moving, and it's more around your solar chakra. So kind of like right above your belly button, in between the base of your rib cage, like that little V. So here, I'll turn this way so you can see it better. So. And I can feel it. So this kind of just brings your awareness to where that breath is. Okay, so we're going to continue with that just a little bit so you can get a better feel for it. Okay, so next we are going to seal our lips, and we're going to do the same motion. We're going to do it through our nose. It is a faster motion, and it is pushing the breath. So it is a very intentional breathing practice. So I'm going to leave my hands on my abdomen here, like where I felt that breath, and I'm going to close down my eyes. First, I'm going to start with the pant, just so I can feel it again. And I'm going to seal my lips. So it's a very, I don't want to say aggressive, but it really gets the prana moving with the breath of fire. And it really ignites that inner fire within you. So also with breath of fire. It's also considered the ego eradicator. And we're going to try the positioning, the body positioning with the breath. So you're going to bring your thumbs and the tips of your index finger together. You're going to take your arms and you're going to bring them at your shoulder level. Okay. And you can either do it this way, or this is actually the ego eradicator, is bring your thumbs up to the sky. Okay. And you're going to tuck in your root bandha. You just so you can realign with your body. Okay, now we're going to start the breath of fire. Okay, now make sure that your shoulders and your elbows are aligned. Relax your shoulders as much as you can, your neck. And we're going to start with the breath of fire. Bring your awareness up to your third eye. And if you start to notice that your breathing is not steady, then slow the breath of fire down, and it's very important to get that rhythmic flow. If you're starting to feel comfortable with the breath, you can speed it up as you'd like, but try to remember that you're going to move the energy more with the steady flow and also with your breath. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I notice that my chin starts to lift, and I have to bring my chin back down a little bit. So it's at an even level, and then I just bring it down a tiny bit. I think the energy just like tries to pull my head upwards, and you're really moving it more towards your third eye and out your crown when this is a bandha lock with your neck just a little bit, your chin tilted a little bit down. And you can go a little bit longer, but for this practice, I really just want to show you what it's about. So I'm going to take a deep breath in, bring your arms up above head. Hold your breath. Slowly release, clear your aura. And bring your hands to your knees, then just take a minute. Notice how you feel. It's very, very stimulating breath, energizing, opens your intuition, your higher awareness. It's one of my favorite breaths. And now the final movement, you can do this if it resonates with you or not, but it really just distributes all of that amazing prana that we just activated throughout the body, and it kind of shoots it straight up. So you go into frog pose. So I kind of come up on like this. Okay? You're gonna take your hands to the ground. Now you can, just kind of come up on your fingertips a little bit. So you're kind of in this interesting frog pose. So you're gonna put your head down. And then on your inhale, you're going to straighten your legs. You can straighten them as much as you can. And you're gonna shoot the crown of your head to the ground. So we're gonna do 10 of those. You're gonna come up, I'll do it slow first. And then back down, so. All right, very good. I'm gonna come back to a seated position. It's very important after any Kundalini practice, grounding. We really got a lot of prana moving. So it's important to find a stillness. That can be some deep breaths, deep cleansing breaths. So on my inhale, I'm just bringing in all of that amazing energy that I just generated for myself. So take a slow breath in through my nose. And on my exhale, I'm going to imagine that I'm just rooting down very slowly from the base of my spine, just like roots, down to the center of the earth. I'm just reconnecting. And as I'm reconnecting, expressing gratitude and the Shakti energy. To the universe. To this practice. And just grounding, just rooting back, bringing myself back down. At this point, what I would do is I would actually come down into corpse pose, into Savasana, and really ground myself and take the time to feel into my body, any shifts, just relax into it and become aware and to just further ground myself. So I hope that helps you visualize what Kundalini Kriyā meditation, yoga is, and invite any additional questions that you might have. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Satnam.